7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 10. That was 16 hours.
Oh, IF, you did it.
I would never do that again. That's too hard. But I'm assuming that there are also some downsides to intermittent fasting.
There are. So IF doesn't work for everyone. Some people experience low energy, irritability, or even binge eating during the eating window.
Exactly.
I think that I would probably fall into this category if I've got to skip breakfast for like an annual health check. You don't want to be anywhere near me until I've had my cup of coffee and I've eaten something.
Right. There's some, doctor appointments where you can't eat until they draw out your blood or your urine. And really, those mornings, I don't know what it is. Like in the morning, I don't drink water sometimes. But that morning, I'm like so thirsty. But they say don't drink even water.
Yeah.
I cannot do that.
I'm beyond hangry those days.
Hangry for sure. So then there must be some issues with some long-term effects also, right?
Yeah, there are. Dr. Courtney Peterson from the University of Alabama says that we actually need more studies to understand what happens when people fast for years. For some, IF may disrupt hormone balance, especially in women, and there's the potential for slowed metabolism if fasting is too extreme.
So then who should avoid IF?
According to experts, pregnant women, people with diabetes or eating disorders, and those with chronic health conditions should definitely consult a doctor before turning to IF. It's not a one-size-fits-all weight loss solution. And if you've already had issues with blood sugar or emotional eating, fasting may make things a bit worse.
Yes. I used to fast sometimes. Like I would fast like for a day. This was back in college when my body was able to do it. I don't think my body could do it no more.
Yeah, I love food too much.
I think I would be the grumpiest person, or I would just sleep all day. That way, then I would force myself not to eat. So let's talk about this. Are there people who've actually succeeded with these methods of keto and IF?
Definitely. For example, a woman named Maria in her 40s lost about 11 kilograms in 3 months just by following keto. Later, she combined it with intermittent fasting and said her energy increased and the weight came off even faster.
That is quite impressive. 11 kilograms in 3 months. That's crazy. How many pounds is that?
A lot.
Oh, 11 kilograms.
Maybe like 14 pounds?
24 pounds.
24 pounds. Wow, that's like a mini person.
It is
like
a
a
mini
child.
person. Yes.
They lost a child.
That's too impressive. I don't know if I could do that. What about another person then?
So a guy named John in his 30s used intermittent fasting and lowered his blood sugar by nearly 20%.
Wow.
And lost 7 kilos.
Wow. But I feel like there's also a but coming with all this good news.
Yeah, but even though these success stories are real, they're not universal. Results vary based on a person's body type, habits, lifestyle. Some people quit keto because it's just too hard, while others find that IF leads to overeating later in the day.
Yeah. I think that would be me also, because for keto, I don't think I could ever do keto because I love carbs. I love pasta. I love bread. I cannot do life without those two. And for IF, I think I'll just be starving. And like what you said, I would binge eat later on. So sometimes it's easy to focus only on the results and not the effort behind them.
Exactly. These methods take time, discipline, and sometimes a bit of trial and error. What's important is to always listen to our body and get professional guidance if needed. Just because someone else succeeded doesn't mean it's the right thing for us to do.
That is true. It sounds like both keto and IF can work for some people. And I mean, there's science behind them, right? As we said, they can help with the weight loss or improve things like energy or blood sugar. But it's important to recognize that they're not a one-size-fits-all solution for everyone. It is case by case. What works for one person might not work for another, and that is totally okay.
Right. There's no quick fix when it comes to health and natural weight loss. Dr. Sarah Williams, a nutritionist, says that even though these diets work for some, they really aren't meant for everyone, especially long term. There's going to be some trial and error to figure out what works.
Yes, so no quick fixes, and balance really is key.
Absolutely. A doctor named Laura Simmons, who's also a health coach, also mentioned that too much focus on one extreme, like cutting out all carbs or fasting too much, can really mess with our metabolism. So at the end of the day, my personal opinion is the best approach is one that's balanced and fits individual lifestyles.
Right. So the message here is do your research, listen to your body, and don't jump into something because it's just trending. We have a message here from Chae Suk-nim saying, I can't skip even one meal. So IF will definitely not work. So then Chae Suk-nim said, I'll have to cut down on carbs, which maybe is something that she would be able to do. So that would be for the keto diet. But again, not for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's okay to try different things and see what works for you, but always be mindful of how it makes you feel.
Right.
Most doctors just recommend exercise and a balanced diet as the best way to stay healthy.
There needs to be both. They can't just be starve yourself and cut out certain types of foods. If it makes you feel grumpy and if it makes you feel very listless and energyless, then maybe that diet's not for you. Well, thank you so much, Cheryl, for today's Fact Detox and our topic on diets. Well, I can't wait until I hear from you next week for our next segment.
Me too. Can't wait to see what we're going to talk about.
And I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
And everyone, that's the end of our first hour. I'll be back at 1 p.m. after the song. Here is No Worries by Simon Webb.
You think that you've been living, just treading water and waiting in the wings for the show to begin. But I always see you searching as you try that bit harder and getting closer, oh yeah, to the life you're imagining. I just know your life's gonna change. Maybe not today, maybe not today. Someday soon you'll be alright. I just know your life's gonna change. Don't turn the other way, feels like luck is on your side. No worries, no worries. No worries. Sing for me, sing for me. You don't need somebody. No worries, no worries. No worries, no worries. Say for me, you don't need somebody. So, baby, keep drifting on. Your endeavors ain't just selfless, wasted time. Seek and find, yeah, yeah. You're not that far from what you hope for and wish for all along. Cause you think that you've been living, just treading water, waiting in the wings for the show to begin. But I always see you searching as you try that bit harder and getting closer, oh yeah, to the life you're imagining. I know your life's gonna change. Maybe not today, someday soon you'll be say for me. You don't need somebody. I just know your life's gonna change. Say for me, say for me. You don't need somebody.
If you do go out, wear a mask. When you get home, thoroughly wash your hands and feet. Third, fully wash any fruits or vegetables that have been exposed to yellow dust. And last of all, get plenty of water. Keep up to date on weather forecasts for the latest yellow dust information.
This campaign was brought to you by BEFM, 부산영어방송.
지역 경제가 힘차게 출발합니다. 기업들이 고객을 향해 더 빨리 가려면 방송 광고라는 X를 밟으세요. 경제도 기업도 더 힘차게 달려가니까요. 방송 광고의 작은 힘, 경제의 큰 힘입니다. 부산 방송광고발전협의회.
The time is now 1 o'clock.
Clap your hands, move your feet, 2 steps back to the beat. Clap your hands, move your feet, 2 steps back to the beat. Clap your hands, move your feet, 2 steps back to the beat. Clap your hands, move your feet, 2 steps back to the beat.
Everybody, let's move to the beat. We can dance now, baseline under our feet. Everybody, dancing all along. Time to party, sing our happy song.
We are dreamers, we are young, 1, 2, 3, solo. M-O-P-N to the beat. Everyone get on your feet. We're the future superstars. That is who we are. Clap your hands now on the floor. Clap your hands, 1, 2, 3, 4. Girls and boys and everyone. Happy song, so fun. M-O-P-N to the beat. Don't forget your ABCs. We're the future superstars. That is who we are. Clap your hands now on the floor. Clap your hands, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody, let's move to the beat. We can dance now, baseline under our feet. Everybody, dancing all along. Time to party, sing our happy song.
We are dreamers, we are young, 1, 2, 3, solo. M-O-P-N to the beat. Everyone get on your feet. We're the future superstars. That is who we are. Clap your hands now on the floor. Clap your hands, 1, 2, 3, 4. Girls and boys and everyone. Happy song, so fun. M-O-P-N to the beat. Don't forget your ABCs. We're the future superstars. That is who we are. Clap your hands now on the floor. Clap your hands, 1, 2, 3, 4. Clap your hands, move your feet, 2 steps back to the beat. Clap your hands, move your feet, 2 steps back to the beat. Clap your hands, move your feet, 2 steps back to the beat. Clap your hands, move your feet, 2 steps back to the beat.
Everybody, let's move to the beat. We can dance now, baseline under our feet. Everybody, dancing all along. Time to party, sing our happy song.
We are dreamers, we are young, 1, 2, 3, solo. M-O-P-N to the beat. Everyone get on your feet. We're the future superstars. That is who we are. Clap your hands now on the floor. Clap your hands, 1, 2, 3, 4. Girls and boys and everyone. Happy song, so fun. M-O-P-N to the beat. Don't forget your ABCs. We're the future superstars. That is who we are. Clap your hands now on the floor. Clap your hands, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And welcome back, everyone. You just heard Clap Your Hands by Kungs. Clap Your Hands is a vibrant house track by French DJ and producer Kungs, released in February of 2022. The song is a modern reimagining of the 1983 Italo disco hit Happy Song by Baby's Gang, incorporating its catchy children's choir vocals into a contemporary dance setting. With energetic beats and a feel-good vibe, the track became a summer favorite and achieved significant chart success. And again, that was Clap Your Hands by Kungs. And hello everyone. We're live in the studio in Busan on this Wednesday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM if you're a mate in the Kijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello. And now it is time for hour number 2. We're going to start off with today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. After that, we'll have Byte-Size Banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. And following Byte-Size Banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And then we'll end the show with Enter Planet, your go-to spot for the hottest entertainment updates from around the globe. And our question of the day and text topic, it is, if you had to talk to one person every day for 10 hours all week, who would you do it with? 매일 한 사람과 10시간 동안 일주일 내내 말해야 한다면 누구와 하실 건가요? And I have a message here from 만학도영어님 saying 안녕하세요. 하루에 10시간씩 대화를 생각해도 아찔하네요. 저는 다른 사람 고문하기 싫으니까 거울 속에 저 자신과 대화할래요. So, Manato Youngnim saying, instead of, bothering other people, I would rather just talk to myself for those 10 hours every day. And you know what? I think that is a very, very smart answer too. Say that we don't want to have someone to talk to for 10 hours every day. Just talk to yourself. Hey, Kimberly, how was your day? You know what, Kimberly? My day was fine. But, for my answer, if I had to choose one person to talk to every day for 10 hours all week, I would choose my mom. And I know some of you may be surprised and you'd be like, oh, she didn't choose her husband? No, I would choose my mom because my mom and I, even yesterday, because yesterday I didn't go to work, I spoke to my mom on the phone or video chatted for an hour and 30 minutes. And it just felt like 10 minutes. But then we both looked at the time. We're like, oh, an hour, 30 minutes passed. We got to hang up. And though that's what we did. But I'd speak to her every day because she lives in America. So I would do that. My mom, every day. And some of you may be surprised, but that's my answer. But what is your answer? If you had to talk to one person every day for 10 hours all week, who would you do it with? Go ahead and send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll only cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. Listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with today's quote after this song. Here is Okay Not to Be Okay by Marshmello and Demi Lovato.
Feeling like a drop in the ocean that don't nobody notice. Maybe it's all just in your head. Feeling like you're trapped in your own skin, and now your body's frozen. Broken down, you've got nothing left. When you're high on emotion and you're losing your focus, and you feel too exhausted to pray. Don't get lost in the moment or give up when you're closest. All you need is somebody to say it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. When you're down and you feel ashamed, it's okay not to be okay. Feeling like your life's an illusion, and lately you're secluded, thinking forget your chance. Feeling like you got no solution. It's only cause you're human. No control, it's out of your hands. And you're high on emotion and you're losing your focus and you feel too exhausted to pray. Don't get lost in the moment or give up when you're closest. All you need is somebody to say it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. When you're down and you feel ashamed, it's okay not to be okay. When you're high on emotion and you're losing your focus and you feel too exhausted to pray. Don't get lost in the moment or give up when you're closest. All you need is somebody to say it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. When you're down and you feel ashamed, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay.
And that was Okay Not to Be Okay by Marshmello and Demi Lovato. And now it's time for today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And today, our quote is from an actor named George Clooney. And the quote is, whatever you do, don't wake up at 65 years old and think about what you should have done with your life. Whatever you do, don't wake up at 65 years old and think about what you should have done with your life. 무엇을 하든 65살에 눈을 떴을 때 그때 그걸 해볼 걸 이라고 후회하는 삶을 살지 마세요. It's simple, strong, and unforgettable. But what makes this quote so powerful is not just the words, it's the life behind them. George Clooney wasn't always the iconic award-winning actor and humanitarian that we know today. In fact, did you know that he didn't have a real breakthrough role until he was 33 years old? That's right. For years, he bounced from one minor role to another, even appearing in sitcoms and TV shows that barely lasted a season. At one point, he was so broke, he slept in a friend's closet while working odd jobs. Can you imagine sleeping in someone's closet? Not even on a bed, not even on like the spacious living room floor, but in a closet. But that didn't stop him. He once said he decided to stop chasing stardom and started focusing on being the best actor he could be in every scene. That mindset shift eventually led him to ER, the show that launched his career globally. From there, it was Ocean's 11, Syriana, The Descendants, and eventually directing and producing socially conscious films like The Ides of March. He even won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor and went on to become a 2-time Oscar winner and UN Messenger of Peace. But he didn't just build a career, he built a life of purpose. And here's where the quote hits even harder. Clooney has always emphasized that success without intention is just noise. Let that sink in again. Let me repeat that for you. Clooney has always emphasized that success without intention is just noise. Whether it was turning down roles that didn't align with his values or walking away from commercial gigs to support causes he believed in, he made it clear. He didn't want to look back at the age of 65 and say, I wish I had stood for something. There is a lesson we can all take with this. Whether you're 25 or 55, it's easy to say, someday I'll start my own business. Someday I'll travel. Or someday I'll write that book. But Clooney reminds us that someday can turn into never, unless we act now. So let me ask you, if you were 65 years old looking back, what's the one thing you'd regret not doing? Is it starting a dream project, leaving a toxic job, telling someone you love them? We can't all be George Clooney, but we all have the power to make sure we don't live in the kind of regret that comes from not trying. That quote, again, isn't just about chasing success. It's a reminder to live with courage. The courage to try, to fail, to start over, and to make decisions that honor who you are right now. Not just about who you want to become. Life doesn't come with a pause button, and sometimes the scariest thing isn't taking a risk. It's staying stuck. When we avoid action out of fear, we often end up fearing the inaction even more down the road. So if something's been tugging at your heart lately, a dream, a change, a conversation, it might be time to stop waiting for that perfect moment and start creating it. Because in the end, it's not about living a life that looks good on paper. It's about living a life that feels right to you. One that you can look back on at any age and say, I'm glad I went for it. And that was today's quote. Again, whatever you do, don't wake up at 65 years old and think about what you should have done with your life. By George Clooney. 무엇을 하든 65살에 눈을 떴을 때 그때 그걸 해볼걸 이라고 후회하는 삶을 살지 마세요. And that was today's quote. And now let's take a song break. Here is What Just Happened by The Kid Laroi.
I don't know if we just crossed the line, 'cause I don't even know what just happened. Everything I said last night was lies, 'cause I don't even know what just happened. Two things, one blunt and a double cup. Then you walked in, I'm in trouble now. I said some things about you and us. I said some things that you shouldn't trust. Yeah, we both know you don't care enough. Friends with my girl, but you shouldn't trust. What's your excuse? I'ma blame the drugs. I care, I don't care enough. Stop it, but you won't. Love it, 'cause you're cold. Yeah, you don't like being lonely. You know what you were doing, you were dead wrong. I don't know if we just crossed the line, 'cause I don't even know what just happened. Everything I said last night was lies, 'cause I don't even know what just happened. Car when I was wasted, and what did I say to you? All I remember was how the liquor tasted, and I woke up in my bed trying to retrace it. Tell me we just saw till it's late in the morning. I got missed calls, if you rang I ignored it. I told myself that I did what I was supposed to. Guess it'll only be you that knows the whole truth. Stop it, but you won't. Love it, 'cause you're cold. Yeah, you don't like being lonely. You were doing, you were dead wrong. I don't know if we just crossed the line, 'cause I don't even know what just happened. Everything I said last night was lies, 'cause I don't even know what just happened. Even know what just happened.
And welcome back, mates. You're listening to Midday Mate, and now it is time for Byte-Size Banter with Andrew.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. And I'm excited about today's question.
Why?
Because for our listeners who tuned in yesterday, you would have heard Kimberly hemming and hawing about what she would have an unlimited supply of for the rest of her life. So now today we're going to go back to what we did, I guess it was maybe last week, the some this or that questions.
I like
all right?
these.
And they're not as hard as choosing something for the rest of your life. But I'm curious on some of your answers.
All right, so listeners, we're going to give you two options and you have to choose one. So 둘 중에 꼭 하나만 고르세요. What's our first one?
All right. Movies or TV shows. And when I say TV shows, I mean like a series.
Okay.
Okay, not just like you're watching like just some like a baseball game or something like that. Like, you know, it could be a sitcom, I guess, like we talked about, like, you know, How I Met Your Mother, Friends, something like that. Or it could be, you know, a longer form series. You know, maybe it's a CSI, which is typically like an hour long. Or, you know, when you think of like Breaking Bad or things like that, where they're, you know, maybe like 6-episode seasons or Game of Thrones, something like that.
So 영화 아니면 TV show?
Yes.
I know my answer.
You do.
What's yours? Let's say it on 3.
Oh, okay. I like this. This is good. All right.
1, 2, 3.
TV shows.
Ooh.
Yeah. Definitely.
Of course. You know, I'm not a huge movie person, and I know a lot of our listeners know because we used to have a segment on movies, and I'd be like, I never watched that. I never watched that.
Yeah, I think I used to watch a lot more movies, and it was really funny. There used to be a show here at BFM called Cine Concerto, and I was on that, and it was like my segment for that show is talking about box office reviews and stuff like that. So I watched a lot more movies because of that show. And when I stopped that show, I'm like, whew, no more movies.
No more movies.
I had enough movies, right? But I think that, you know, movies are great because you don't really need to invest a lot in them.
Right.
It's a one and done if you want, right? You know, we did talk about it there maybe last week or 2 weeks ago of what movie could you watch again for the first time?
Right.
Right? And there are movies that are like that, but I think those are few and far between.
Right.
Whereas a series, you know, it's also something to get yourself a bit, you know, hyped up about each week. Like, are there any series you're watching now?
Right.
Your Tangerine one?
The Tangerine's done, but I always watch like a dating show that's on Korean TV, and I always have to watch it. Always. It's like a Wednesday like deal with me and my husband.
For me, it's Survivor.
No, I love Survivor.
I'm a huge Survivor fan.
No, I am. Do you rewatch like the auction videos on YouTube? The food auction? I always do because I love seeing hungry people trying to eat food. I love Survivor. Actually, yeah. I changed my answer to Survivor.
So like it comes out it's Wednesday night in America, and then you can find it on some of the sites on Thursday at some time. All right. So that's usually like for the weekend for me to watch that. And it's pretty good these days. I feel like Survivor is one of those shows that it has a following.
Right.
But you don't see people like spoiler alerts online a whole lot anymore. And I'm not following any like the, I don't know, pop culture, you know, channels on, you know, on the gram or on the book or whatever it is, you know, so I don't usually see anything. So I don't have to avoid social media. But yeah, it's good. I really enjoy that. So TV shows, I just feel because also if you like during COVID, the amount of shows I probably went through during COVID, especially those first like 4 months. Thank goodness for TV shows.
I love TV shows.
Yeah.
You know, I would always watch TV shows, but I wouldn't ever be like, hey, let's go to the movies. So
okay.
There we go. What's our second one?
Yeah, I like going to the movies by myself. Yeah, it's just then, like I said before, my snacks are mine then. Next one, this will be controversial. Because for some people, it's this all the time, anytime, doesn't matter the weather, or it's the other. And that is iced coffee versus hot coffee.
Oh, man. So, mates, are you a person or a person? So let's do it on 3 again. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Ice.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, for me, I don't know. I didn't drink coffee before I came to Korea. I think I've said this before. And I worked in a factory during my university days, like in the summers, and we would work like 6 a.m. to 6 at night or 6 at night to 6 in the morning. There were just 2 shifts, 12-hour shifts.
Wow.
And I would do that without coffee. The people that I worked with were like, you're insane.
Did you take energy drinks?
No, because I don't think they were as popular then.
Oh.
Like this was like 2004, 2005.
You're just a different species.
Yeah, just came out, dropped from somewhere else. But I would say like there was one day though, it was a day shift as well. I was like out the night before, I got called in the morning and the money's too good to say no, I'm not coming in. And if you say no, they might not call you again the next time kind of thing. There's one guy's like, drink some coffee. And I'm like, I don't I physically can't drink it. And he gave me chocolate covered coffee beans.
Oh, yum.
Oh, I destroyed those. They definitely gave me some pep in my step.
And caffeine overload for sure.
Yeah. So iced coffee in Korea has been a lot more prevalent here than in America. I remember going into a convenience store and there's a whole refrigerator for iced coffee.
Exactly.
And then I went back home like the next year. I'm like, hey, where's the iced coffee? Oh, you're one of those guys, eh? You need your iced lattes. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's just the option, especially when it's hot.
Well, for me, people say I have a very 성격이 빠르다 or 성격이 급하다 is what they say. So I'm like always on the go. So instead of hot coffee because I have to wait for it and I don't like to sip on it, I just like the iced coffee.
Sure.
If I were to drink coffee.
Yeah, I don't mind if I get like a hot Americano or whatnot and I throw in like 3 or 4 ice cubes and then I can sip on it. I don't mind a hot coffee, don't get me wrong, as long as I'm sitting somewhere. So like similar to you, if you're on the go, I want something that's, not going to destroy me if I spill it on myself.
And my tongue.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we have a little bit of time for one more of these.
One more.
Which one is it?
Winter or summer?
Too easy.
Oh, really?
Too easy.
All right, on 3.
1, 2, 3.
Summer.
Winter. Oh, we finally disagree.
And this is coming from the Canadian. Yeah. I don't know. I think, it's different here in Korea, obviously, because summer is, it's hot, it's humid, it's sticky. But I'm more of the beach. I love the beach. But again, I grew up in 3 feet of snow, and I would love that for like a week or 2.
Yeah.
But I don't want the season. I don't want that season. But winter in Busan, not so bad.
Yeah, that's true. I would definitely choose winter, even though it's a super cold, snowy, 3 feet of snow type of winter, because I hate sweating and I hate mosquitoes. And you don't have sweat or mosquitoes in the winter, so perfect. There's my answer. I'd rather wrap myself in like 10 blankets than have to like continuously fan myself.
There you go. The killer bee has spoken.
So this is super fun, this or that question. So listeners, you have a lot to do. 1, movies or TV shows. 2, iced coffee or hot coffee. And 3, winter or summer. Tell us this or that. And Andrew, thank you so much for today, and I will see you tomorrow.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye. And welcome back, everyone. That was our Byte-Size Banter segment for today. And we had a this or that question where you have to choose only one between 2 different choices. So the first one was movies or TV shows. And we had a few answers here. Chae Sung-nim said, for me, movie is too long. My attention span is getting short. So yes, I like movies, but I'd rather watch a TV show. And we also have another answer for the same one. Benny Neem saying TV shows because I love to watch a drama or a sitcom. And also for Po Neem saying, for me, movies, because TV shows are generally too long to watch even one season. So it's quite boring to me. So we see all of us have different opinions, and that is completely fine. Our second question was iced coffee or hot coffee? And I feel like we have this question a lot with lots of people, especially here in Korea. Are you a person or are you a 뜨아 person? And again, we have Chae Sung-nim saying 뜨아, coffee should be hot. And then Benny saying hot coffee all the way. Although I love hot coffee is bueno. Yes. So some people, I know that my husband also, he loves hot coffees, especially in the winter because his hands get so cold all the time. But for me, even in the winter, if I drank coffee, it would definitely still be iced. I gotta drink it all up. And then the last one for this or that was winter or summer. Two very different seasons. Which one would you choose? And Chae Sung-nim said, I prefer winter. It's bearable. Yes. Especially the winters here in Busan, they're not as bad as the winters in Seoul or back where I grew up in DC. Benny saying summer, and the reason is summer is kind of amazing. I see. And Po-nim also said, I don't drink coffee, so Po-nim didn't choose or 뜨아. But yeah, so for me, I would definitely choose winter all the way. I despise summer. I'm kind of scared of summer coming soon. Please let it be a little, less hot and humid this year. I'm crossing my fingers, but I'm sure it won't be. Well, that was our bite-sized banter segment today again. For our this or that question, do you like movies or TV shows? 2, iced coffee or hot coffee? And 3, do you like winter or summer? If you haven't answered yet, go ahead and still answer because I would still love to hear what your thoughts are. And with that, let's take a song break. Here is Out of Goodbyes by Renee Miller.
I still hear the words you said, oh how I hate that sound. There's something in the water pulling me from solid ground. I'm holding on to you, but I can feel let it go. Yeah, I close my eyes and hope, but do you even see me now? I'm here losing my mind. It feels so different this time. Yeah, it's keeping me up. We ran out of goodbyes. I'm afraid it's too late, and we're bleeding is love. Now I can't apologize for the words I said, 'cause in my head, yeah, I told you 1,000 times. It's keeping me up. We ran out of goodbyes. I'll still call your phone so I can hear your voice again. Wipe a lonely tear, it's not like I can play pretend. Oh, I'm here losing my mind. It feels so different this time. Yeah, it's keeping me up. We ran out of goodbyes. I'm afraid it's too late, and we're bleeding is up. No, I can't apologize for the words I said, 'cause in my head, yeah, I told you 1,000 times. It's keeping me up. We ran out of goodbyes. We ran out of goodbyes. Yeah, it's keeping me up. That we ran out of goodbyes. I'm afraid it's too late, and we're bleeding is up. No, I can't apologize for the words I said, 'cause in my head, yeah, I told you 1,000 times. It's keeping me up. We ran out of goodbyes.
And you just listened to Out of Goodbyes by Renee Miller. And now it's time for Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And this week we're going to learn expressions from the movie Ant-Man. So Ant-Man, we've talked about it on Monday and Tuesday on the show, but today will be the first time I'm talking to you about it live. And let's review. If you didn't listen to the show on Monday and Tuesday because you were out having so much fun for Children's Day and the holiday, let me review. On Monday, we went over the phrase, it's over. It's over. This means something has ended, but with different tones that it's used in, it can have a variety of different meanings as mentioned on Monday. On Tuesday, we talked about the phrase, we got you. We got you. This means you've been caught. We got you. There's nowhere left to run and is often used by the police, security, or someone catching someone in the act. We got you also means we've found you. You can't escape now. So now, today on Wednesday, we have a new expression, and it is, it's the end of the line, pal. It's the end of the line, pal. So, a little bit about Ant-Man if you haven't watched the movie. Scott Lang is constantly walking the tightrope between his criminal past and his heroic future. The movie blends comedy with heartfelt moments and action with emotion. At its core, it's about transformation and how sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before you rise up. And let me talk about the scene background for our clip. Scott is hiding, and the people chasing him, the FBI, have finally tracked him down. One of them says, "It's the end of the line, pal." A sentence that sounds very final, heavy, and, a bit unavoidable. It's the kind of line that says, "This is it. Game over." But this is Scott Lang we're talking about, and things are never quite that simple. And hopefully you are able to watch the clip on your own accord because we will not be going over it today. So let's go over what this line actually means. It's the end of the line, pal. It's the end of the line is a phrase that you run out of options. You can't go any farther, and it's used when a journey is finished, a plan has failed, or someone's run out of chances. So end of the line here means it's over, and this is how far it goes. It's the end of the line. So at the end of the line, you can't go any further. You might hear it in movies when someone's being arrested or defeated, or in arguments where people say, "Oh, I've had enough. This is the end of the line for me." Or in serious talks, you can say, "We've tried everything. I think this is the end of the line." But this phrase ends with a nice word. It ends with the word pal. Do you know what pal means? Here, the word pal means friend, but in this context, it's not warm or completely friendly, right? Because the FBI is chasing after Scott Lang. It's a bit sarcastic and even threatening. Pal here means guy, buddy, or even you with a slight edge. I'm going to say, "Back off, pal," meaning back off, dude, get away from me. Or "It's the end of the line, pal," as we said here, means you're done and I'm not messing around, and you're not calling it like a nice friend. So what are some examples in real life? On a bus or train, say that you're traveling on some transportation. The bus driver can say, "This is the end of the line, everyone off." We often hear this also at the end of a subway station, right? When we're at our last destination and then the subway has to turn around and go to the other destination. It's the end of the line, everyone off, meaning it doesn't go anywhere further, so you must get off now. Or at work, you can say, "Oh, I tried everything to fix this. I think it's the end of the line for the project." Meaning they had to cut the project and no longer are they going to have that again. Or in a heated argument. And this doesn't just mean a hot argument by temperature. This means it's getting really heated and people are very angry. You can say, "I've put up with enough. This is the end of the line, pal." Meaning, I'm done with all your shenanigans and I'm done with you. It's the end. Or we can say it sarcastically. "Well, this is the end of the line. Guess I'm eating cereal for dinner again." Meaning maybe you have no food in the fridge and you're like, "Oh, it's the end of the line. I'm just going to eat cereal." So, have you ever hit a point where you felt like it was the end of a line? Or has someone ever said it to you? And did you give up or did you push through? Hopefully you pushed through. And sometimes people use a phrase to shut things down, but other times it's the moment right before a big breakthrough. And again, today's expression was, "It's the end of the line, pal." Again, it might sound final, but life's full of reroutes, surprises, and second chances. And in this movie of Ant-Man, Scott's story doesn't end when someone says it's over. It's only beginning. So the next time someone says it's the end of the line, maybe that just means it's time for a new path, or maybe prove them wrong. And that was our expression for don't make a scene today. It's the end of the line, pal. And now let's take a song break. Here is Yours Is Mine by Tilly Valentine.
What's yours is mine. What's yours is mine. Now. I keep finding scratch cards on the floor of my car where you would chuck them under your seat. Find it kind of funny how somebody so lucky wouldn't even take a chance on me. Still finding what you left behind over the years, all the souvenirs. Before we said our last goodbye, thought you made it pretty clear now that you're not living here. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, yours is mine now. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, yours is mine now. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, yours is mine now. What's yours is mine, yours is mine. Perfect Wi-Fi 50s, kinda wish these fit me so I could wear them every time it rains. Drowning them in red wine, dancing in a mudslide just to make you wanna blow your brains. Still finding what you left behind over the years, all the souvenirs. Before we said our last goodbye, thought you made it pretty clear now that you're not living here. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, yours is mine now. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, yours is mine now. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, yours is mine now. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, mine now. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, yours is mine now. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, yours is mine now. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, yours is mine now. What's yours is mine, yours is mine, yours is mine now.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Yours Is Mine by Tilly Valentine. And now it is time for Enter Planet, your go-to spot for the hottest entertainment updates from around the globe. And again, this is one of our new segments from our season 2 of Midday Mate. So hopefully you'll learn a few things that you didn't know before about entertainment. Up first, we have Gwyneth Paltrow moves on from caveman diet. Actress Gwyneth Paltrow recently admitted she's finally stepping back from her ultra-restrictive ancestral diet. Known for her dedication to clean eating and wellness, she said she's now okay with enjoying a little bread, which might be the most human thing we've heard all week. Her remarks came during a wellness podcast appearance where she shared that strict eating habits had started to feel emotionally exhausting. Sounds like even Hollywood stars need a break from food rules sometimes. And that's kind of like what we talked about with Fact Detox today, right? Some diets, they may work with you, but then some diets for a long time, as Gwyneth Paltrow said, it could be emotionally exhausting. So know when to stop. So that was up first. Gwyneth Paltrow moves on from her caveman diet. Up on number 2 for Enter Planet, we have Ed Sheeran finds new song inspiration in old messages. Singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran has dropped a heartfelt new single, Old Phone, inspired by something very personal, which are old text messages from an outdated Flip phone. The song, described as nostalgic and reflective, explores memories and feelings long buried in digital archives. Sheeran said reading through his old messages made him feel like he was talking to a past version of himself. And fans are already calling it one of the most touching releases in recent years. And Ed Sheeran, not only did he open up with this new song, but he also had uploaded some photos that he found from his old flip phone and uploaded them onto the internet on his social media. And it was really a good little rewind to see some old pictures of Ed Sheeran when he was a bit younger, when he was getting into his stardom. Up at number 3, we have IU donates big for Children's Day. And we just celebrated Children's Day on Monday, May 5th. And, in Korea, Children's Day is a time to celebrate the young, the youth, the children that we have here. And singer IU is doing just that, but in a big way. She's donated over 100 million won, which is roughly 115,000 US dollars, to various children's organizations, and this isn't just a one-time act either. IU has built a reputation for quietly giving back to communities year after year, especially around holidays. Netizens praised her generous heart and called her a true role model. And again, IU donated $115,000 to various children's organizations for Children's Day. Up at number 4, we have documentary to spotlight K-pop pioneer Lee Soo-man. Coming this month, a new documentary is set to dive into the life and influence of the founder behind one of Korea's biggest entertainment empires. The film, Lee Soo-man, the King of K-pop, scheduled for release on the 13th, traces his early days as a music producer to becoming a driving force in shaping the global K-pop phenomenon. Viewers can expect exclusive interviews, archival footage, and perhaps a bit of controversy too. Industry insiders say it's a must-watch for fans and critics alike. So again, there will be a documentary to spotlight the K-pop pioneer of Lee Soo-man. I think that would be very interesting, something that I would probably take a look at also. Now, up at number 5, we have Tableau and RM reunite for emotional new track. Two names that are very popular. After a 3-year wait, two beloved voices in Korean music, Tableau and RM, have teamed up once again for a powerful new collaboration titled Stop the Rain. The track blends spoken word, rap, and ambient beats with lyrics that touch on emotional fatigue and resilience. Both artists are known for the poetic storytelling, and fans are praising the song's depth and honesty. It's more than just a comeback, it's a message. And again, Tableau and RM collaborate for a song titled Stop the Rain. And up at number 6, we have Korean skincare making waves in Hollywood. So not only is K-beauty making a statement online and on social media, but it's also making waves in Hollywood. So finally, let's talk about beauty. Korean skincare has officially become a global obsession, with Hollywood stars reportedly stocking up on products praised for their natural ingredients and effective formulas. Go Korea. U.S. entertainment outlets have even listed several Korean-made items as must-haves for glowing skin. While we can't mention brand names on air, we can say this. K-beauty isn't just a trend anymore. It's definitely a movement. So not only are influencers using K-beauty and Korean skincare, but it's going into Hollywood and it's making a bigger statement. So that was our segment for Enter Planet today. Again, up at number 1, we had Gwyneth Paltrow moves on from the caveman diet. 2, Ed Sheeran finds new song inspiration in old messages from his flip phone. 3, IU donates a lot of money for Children's Day to different organizations. 4, a documentary to spotlight K-pop pioneer Lee Soo-man. 5, Tableau and RM reunite for a new song titled Stop the Rain. And at number 6, Korean skincare making waves in Hollywood. Hope you had fun with today's segment of Enter Planet, and we'll bring you more global entertainment news next Wednesday. And with that, let's listen to one of Ed Sheeran's song that he just made and that we mentioned on today's Enter Planet list. Here is Old Phone by Ed Sheeran.
I found my old phone today in a box that I had hidden away. Nostalgia trying to lead me astray. Maybe I'll right some wrong. I charged the battery again. Combinations cause my passcode had changed. Opened up and saw familiar names. Now I wonder where they've gone. Conversations with my dead friends. Messages from all my exes. I kinda think that this was best left in the past where it belongs. I feel an overwhelming sadness of all the friends I do not have left. Seeing how my family has fractured, growing up and moving on. I found my old phone today. Arguments that I tried to keep at bay. The ones who loved me, I just pushed them away. Couldn't tell the difference from the leeches. My close hand still holds some mates, but if I'm open it gets smaller day by day. I can't tell if it is pleasure or pain. Trying to keep within my remit. Conversations with my dead friends. Messages from all my exes. I kinda think that this was best left there in the past where it belongs. I feel an overwhelming sadness of all the friends I do not have left. Seeing how my family has fractured, growing up and moving on. Today, so full of love yet so full of hate. I put it back inside there from whence it came. Nothing good will come from regretting. Conversations with my dead friends. Messages from all my exes. I kinda think that this was best left there in the past where it belongs. I feel an overwhelming sadness of all the friends I do not have left. Seeing how my family has fractured, growing up and moving on. I found my old phone today.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Old Phone by Ed Sheeran. And wow, listening to that song and having the lyrics on the screen that Napidi provided for us, it made me have flashbacks of all of my old phones and those text messages that were also there and the pictures. Hopefully you enjoyed that song. So now, our question of the day and text topic, it is, if you had to talk to one person every day for 10 hours all week, who would you do it with? 매일 한 사람과 10시간 동안 일주일 내내 말해야 한다면 누구와 함께 하실 건가요? So who would you talk to every day? And I think I read everyone's messages so far for this question. And you know what? I think the best answer for this would also be to just speak with someone that you're comfortable with, someone that you have endless things to catch up on and to talk to, maybe a best friend or maybe a cousin, maybe your parents or maybe even your child if you have one. That way you can have open conversation and communication with them. Yes, and unfortunately, everyone, it is 1:53 in the afternoon, and it is time to wrap up the show. I've been your host, Kimberly, and here is our last song for today, What You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. Thank you for listening. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!
Guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. People go around the world for love, but they may never find what they dream of. What you won't do to do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up. In my world, only you make me do for love what I would not do. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in the daze from your love, you see. For you, and I can't let go. I only want the best, it's true. I can't believe the things I do for you. What you won't do for love. You've tried everything, but you won't give up. In my world, make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do.